Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor!
I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, Wes Wilson, and Spencer Williams.
Control Point, episode 34, recorded on June 8th, 2008.
I'm Brent Copeland.
I'm Wes Wilson.
And I am Eric Fullerton, and today we have a guest joining us all the way from Canada. Is a TF2 guru, Torin Steppen.
Now, do the Canadians, do they speak English?
I think this one does. This one just might.
Yeah, I'm fluent in that.
Okay, good.
And are you in an area that's like French Canadian too? Like, do you speak French as well?
Well, I sort of, but I live in Alberta, so I kind of suck at it.
Well, you know.
Now, I guess most people will know you as SigmaSin on the in-game. Always owning people and schooling people and TF2 knowledge and whatnot.
Dominating. Are you playing Dominator?
Yeah, but I haven't dominated anybody yet. My target hasn't been on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
it might be Eric.
Hasn't either. Oh, well,
is Eric your target?
I swear I'm getting on tonight.
I can't say anything.
Hey, Eric, I think you're going to be playing a game with Sigma tonight.
Yeah, if I join and go on the other team, you better watch out.
Uh-oh. See, it'll be hard to know, really, because generally everybody will just kind of join whatever. Like, well, other than Ivy, usually joins my team, or will just ask me to join her team because it's fun to duo NG and stuff like that with certain people. But generally, I can never tell. I mean, you know, people just get on whatever they get on. So I'm going to be clueless either way. Yeah, unless someone beacons me and then starts yelling my name or something. I'll get you, nailhead, or something.
Yeah, or
that might tip me off.
I just started beaconing people at random to make them freak out for the last few days.
Nice.
Well, that's right. I forgot Mod's got a little advantage if they want, right?
Yeah. By the way, speaking of clueless, we have an empty briefcase. It's wide open here. There's nothing in it. And I don't really know what to do about this. It makes me dreadfully uncomfortable and fearful of the future.
Wow. I guess we'll just have to open it up and see what's actually inside of it.
Okay. Well, it looks like we've got some status here, from our people. We've got I
see a status report from SigmaSin here in the briefcase.
Yes, and it's really huge.
It is very huge.
We don't really know what to do with that. We also have a reconnaissance segment this week. We're doing CP Steel.
Cool map.
We've got some discussion of the Control Point mixtape.
Oh, yeah, there's a little tape in here, too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And there is a new Team Fortress 2 podcast.
Oh,
a few, I heard.
Yeah. And they're adding up. They're stacking up. We're obviously failing and dominating the market. Anyway, we've also got an update and some surveillance.
And some info about the new unlocks.
Oh, yeah.
And we have 3 questions this week. 3 MP3s that people sent in from... So we got a lot of things.
I guess we got a retraction from last week from what we said the unlocks were going to be.
Yeah. Who said that?
I'm sure it was me.
Really?
Well, I'm the one who read the article.
Oh, you mean we said Sniper was coming out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was worded strange in the press conference thing. It said that the unlocks and Meet the Sniper video are going to be released simultaneously. They didn't say what unlocks were.
Well, and then after that, there was a sentence that was worded strangely too that said something about the new unlocks Meet the Sniper. It was like the whole sentence was weird, and either I read it fast or I think they edited it. I think it said in bold Snipers.
Well,
next.
The thing is, it needed commas and it needed certain things that it just didn't have.
But anyway, so we don't have to do it again. I'll make the retraction now. Snipers will not be the new unlocks, and I apologize for any misinformation I propagated.
As was originally predicted by Control Point members, so much so that it was linked in an article from another site.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
That our members had figured out who was getting the next unlocks.
Good jorb.
So... Excellent
nice
job.
Investigation work.
Okay. Who wants to do their...
you know what? I'll go first because mine's pathetic.
I'll vouch for it.
Let's see. This week I did what did I do? Oh, I played some Conan on Monday night. We've decided that Monday night is going to be kind of our Conan night, where we just kind of group up, and we had a vent channel open called Age of Conan, and some people popped in and was like, "You guys geeking out?" And we're like, "Yeah," and then they left, and then they came back, and anyway.
Yeah, the new vent channel.
Yeah, so we have a little vent. So you guys feel free to come in there and poke fun at us playing Age of Conan.
And tell Eric to show us his boobies, because that's always fun.
I do that so much around Portage and around Hyboria.
But oddly enough, you're like the only one. Have you noticed that? Like, not many people run around showing their boobies, even though it's possible.
I did for your wife.
Yes, you did for my wife.
I did.
Ooh, yeah. You can take that.
No, he did. Yeah, I asked him to. I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. I did not play any TF2. Not to say that I'm ignoring TF2.
Did you know that I got on Friday night looking for you, because you always talk about Control Point After Dark?
Yeah,
and so I logged on to play with you, and you weren't there.
Yeah, it was weird not playing CP After Dark on a Friday night because I always do, but. And always have something fun to report on the next show. But this time we got a fun new addition to our Red camera in the mail. So I spent all night playing with it. Yeah, an EVF. It's an electronic viewfinder, so that you can see through your eyeball what you're filming. Anyway, so that was a lot of fun. And but I spent a lot of time this week working on music. In fact, every day I was writing some stuff. So right now I have 12 unfinished songs. Pretty soon I don't know what I'm going to do. Bust out an album or something. I'm just kind of doing some research, doing some remixes, some collaborations with different people and just stuff like that. So anyway,
collaborate and listen.
I've been playing some macAIR daily. That's bad. Okay, actually Sigma will probably get into this in more detail, but the CP tourney turned out excellent. I watched on Saturday as they were playing, and let me tell you, the Jazz and Ventrilo did an awesome job of doing like a play-by-play commentary. I swear. I mean, it just felt like it was so professional. I mean, you got the game, you log into Source TV, and you have the commentation, or the commentary. I
like commentation.
You like that? Commentation?
I like commentation.
And man, it was a full experience. I had a load of fun. I was a little late to the show, but now knowing that kind of level of professionalism is going down now, I mean, I'm gonna tune in, and I hope someone recorded that, because that would be cool to watch and listen at the same time.
Yeah, and we could throw up like some actual, like
do highlights, like
looking. Yeah.
So
of course we said that before, and then they updated it, and we couldn't mess with the demos anymore. And
yeah.
Well, we have those. We could still do that.
Yeah.
It's not. We do have some AVI files of that.
Yeah.
And really, if someone
we could do some work, we could actually we could produce something if you'd like.
Yeah. And really, like if somebody is already planning on doing that, I would love to kind of touch it up and do a cool intro, an outro kind of thing, or I don't have time to edit and do highlights and whatnot, but
you want someone to do the bitch work for you.
Yeah. Pretty much. But just let us know. Toss us an email or Steam chat thing or whatever. Anyway, my week is done.
Well, I can just go ahead and segue off that into. I thought the tournament stuff was awesome too. I logged in and I heard them in Vent talking about it, so I hopped on Source TV and started watching it, and it was a really fun match to watch. They're using the tourney rules. And I think they restarted once because one of the teams wasn't really, they didn't really know about the tourney rules, and so they're really confused when the other team capped the first point and it ended the game, and they were like, "What?" We had, so they weren't.
What?
If you knew the tourney rules, you would have guarded more against that. Otherwise, you're just like, let them have A, and we'll hold B.
Yeah.
So they restarted, and Jazz did an awesome job on that, and he's actually one of the 2 new reporters we have for tourney play. And we're actually getting some people to be reporters for TF2 in general. SigmaSin's signed up for it. And
awesome.
So these people are going to have access to the website and actually be able to post on the main page, news and stuff that relate to the tournament and to TF2 in general. So that'll be really cool to get that going. So watch that. Played Conan with Eric and Wes on Monday, and that was a lot of fun, except for I got stuck in the sky for like 20 minutes. Some weird bug going on.
Bug?
Yeah, some bug, which I finally poured it out of there, and the GM then came and said, hey, do you need help? And I said, no. We've got Beetles working again on 1 and 5 server, which should help people play those better. I don't know if I've heard there were some issues with those servers, so I'm trying to narrow those down and get those servers running properly. And we played
been on 5 in a long time.
Well, it's been dead for like a week or so.
That's probably why.
Something with Beetles and something with source mod. So I went in there and tweaked it and updated and upgraded, and it's working again, sort of. So we played, what night was that we played? We played, I guess it was Wednesday night. We played a bunch of old maps on 1, and it was a lot of fun. And I gotta say, Atlas from Gamers with Jobs was on there, and it was like one of those nights where, have you ever had one of those nights where you just meet the same person over and over again?
Yes.
And we simul-fragged each other so many times. Like even one, we both come around a corner and we both had a medic on us and we kill each other. It was like, it was awesome. So we played Cyberpunk and Corporation, and then we tried to play Rock, because I've been wanting to play Rock so bad with like a full. It's an old school from original Team Fortress where it's 2 prison bases.
Oh, like the movie.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe that's why we're losing to The Rock on iTunes.
Losing popularity points.
Possibly. That's right.
Sean Connery.
But you go in and you basically you get something out of the warden's. I guess you get the briefcase out of the warden's office, and then you run across the whole place to a place that then lets gas out and kills everybody. But you run through the courtyard and spotlights come on and like flash around you when you're running through to help detect.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot of fun.
I played that?
I'd like to play it more.
I did play with you. I played the Shadowrun map for the first time. Cyberpunk, whatever it is. I don't know. But it was not...
It's a deathmatch map.
It is, but it's not even like a good deathmatch.
Oh, it's awesome.
No,
it's awesome. You've got to like ignore the whole killing each other thing. You do that.
Yeah.
But you have to bind a key to use on that map to like open secret doors and turn on and off things and pick up items and throw them.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's the same person who did Mario Kart. If that gives you any.
And Harble Hotel, which I still have not gotten to play.
Harble.
I haven't seen Harble Hotel. Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Oh man, we got to get that on there.
Yeah, I've been telling you about it for 2 months now.
It's terrible, though.
It's
terrible.
Well, they're all terrible.
Terrible hotel.
Cyberpunk is not good either.
Oh, I love Cyberpunk.
Well,
Cyberpunk has its charm. I mean, Harble is just... I can't play that map. I don't know.
Well, where you played it?
It's on server 3, actually, somehow. I think it's on 1, too, but...
I wonder if someone played a match on it or something.
I don't know, but that's wacky. Somebody's been playing with your map pusher.
Yeah, I think so. Map pusher.
And I've been playing a lot of different games this week. Like I got my new computer and I got it set up, so I wanted to play all these old games I hadn't played in a while to see what the graphics were like and everything. So I uploaded City of Heroes, played it, graphics exactly the same as I remembered.
Yeah,
because there's that cartoony look and nothing really upgraded on
it. It's like
you still have a character on there.
Yeah. And this was.
Are you a jumper, a flyer, or a runner?
Flyer, I guess.
Okay, so fly.
Well, one
I like the super jump.
All of it a little bit. I have one that teleports and super runs. They have both of them.
Yeah.
But then the funny thing was, I looked on there and I actually have a character called Chaos the Medic. And it's the old school Team Fortress 1 medic look. Like with the mask and the plus. And I'm going to get a screenshot. I'll try to remember to get it for the website because I was just like, holy crap. I can play, TF2 here. And people won't believe me. And I downloaded Requiem Bloody Mare. It's free.
Yes.
Or you can pay to get bonus experience and bonus equipment. But it's a horror MMO. Like demons and blood and guts and stuff like that. But I haven't played it yet. Wow. There's a lot more in this week, but I don't know if I want to go through it. Let's see. I'm going to pass it on to you.
You're going to pass it on to me? Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel like going through any more of this.
You just give up.
Too much crap.
I had a huge work week. My wine sales job, my paycheck is not where it needs to be, so I did a lot of work this week. Work. Every single day on my little thing has work. Work. Now on Monday, I did play Conan with Eric and Brent, and we had a good time. It's a lot more fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun to kill people when you're murdering people with your friends.
Well, it's fun for me, too, because I play a priest. Normally, I don't have anybody to heal.
Yeah.
And, I mean, playing by myself. But so that was fun, healing people.
I also, I'm playing a tanky class, and I usually solo, and, you really don't learn how to tank by yourself.
Yeah.
I have no idea how to get the aggro, I don't know,
right.
I need to learn the balance of my aggro moves and my bleeds.
Well, and there's also another aspect of this game that's really not in any other MMO presently, which is the collision between models. Mm-hmm. Like most games, the mobs will just run through you to go attack someone. Mm-hmm. This one, they collide with you, so they have to actually run around you. So you can actually, defend your priest or whatever by having a couple people standing between the mob and him.
Kind of bumping and grinding.
And when they start trying to run around, you just position yourself. And
you can actually box enemies in. You can box them in, and as long as you have, get 4 melee classes around and put the healings, and then the healers, unless they're getting ranged attacked, aren't even going to get hurt.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like
interesting.
It's kind of like what you do on Snow Fort with the cubes.
Yes.
You block
I like how you bring it back around.
You like that?
Yeah. On Tuesday night, I had a really fantastic wine dinner down in Birmingham. It was $90 a person, and there's this guy named Neil Rosenthal, and he's a fabulous wine importer and winemaker, and he was doing a dinner down at one of Frank Stitt's restaurants, who's up for best chef in the United States by the James Beard Foundation, and the chef actually cooked our dinner. Like, he was back there on saute. This is an executive chef. He doesn't have to work anymore, And we had a really fabulous dinner. And then I worked all day Wednesday. And so finally, when things wound down on Wednesday after my big week, I decided to play some TF2. And I log on, and then there's Brent. And I'm like, Brent, holy cow. I'm like, hey, let's play. And so we played for a little bit. And then he was starting to log off. And I'm like, no, don't go anywhere. And then I started falling asleep at the keyboard, so I had to log off.
And I was like, where did Wes go? He's the only reason I'm still here.
But we did play a lot of maps. We played the Shadowrun map. We played.
How was that? The Shadowrun?
I mean, not Shadowrun. Cyberpunk. Sorry, I'm a Riri.
Oh. Okay.
But it was a good time. We did have fun, and I played some. We played some Gold Rush and a couple other things, and had a good time.
Nice.
On Thursday, I worked all day, like another 14-hour day, just like Wednesday. And then on Friday, I did yard work and worked all day because I've got to get my huge 3/4 of an acre in shape. And then that night, I logged on for CP After Dark, which, I've been hearing stories about it for a long time. And so I'm having a good time, and the intelligence level of the entire server is dropping.
Isn't it great?
And it's directly responsible to the number of drinks people were consuming. As a matter of fact, on the forums, this past Friday has been referred to as CP After Drunk. And so now keep in mind, I've been working. So I had dinner, earlier, and because I needed to go to work that night, I did some stuff at the restaurant, and so I had eaten dinner early, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'll have a few glasses of wine, so I poured myself some wine while I was playing, and after a little while, I was there with everyone else because I hadn't eaten in 6 hours, and I mean, I have no idea, and now I find out that the demos from CP After Drunk are available for download.
Yay!
And I am mortified. I remember Ivy logged on, and I'm like, I didn't hit on her, did I?
That's awesome. Well, she's the one who told me that what I just missed, because I logged in about 3:30 in the morning. I was done playing with our new toy and stuff, so And I was drinking pina coladas, so and I was like, all right, woo, CP After Dark. Oh, everyone's already went to bed.
Yep.
The only person I saw was Cardinal. I was like, so what'd I miss? But I guess he passed out at his computer or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
but it's all saved, so
yes, for posterity. I don't know. There maybe there's some patty cake on there too. Anyway, so then Saturday was spent in my yard, and then all of a sudden I woke up today and went, oh crap, there's a podcast. But I did get a little Conan in on Saturday night. Chatted with Certus from Gamers Job for a little while, had a good time, and that was my week. Oh, and I also played Lost Winds a little bit.
Lost Winds
on the Wii.
Oh, okay. I wanted to hear about Grid, the new racing game. I heard that Spencer really, really, really likes it.
I think it made him sick.
I think so. Yeah,
Spencer's sick today. We didn't really talk about that very much. We called him up a little while ago and said, "Hey, Spencer," and he's on a TF2 hiatus anyway. So I'm not really
crazy like that.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
He's a TF2 Haitian.
Oh, well, yeah. I've already stopped the show. I might as well say what I just thought about that. I'm having a birthday tomorrow, so feel free to buy me Steam games. Okay, continue.
You know what else? While you're talking about that,
what?
Maybe we should sing someone else happy birthday.
SigmaSin had a birthday a few days ago.
Yes. What are you? You're 15 now?
Pretty much 19.
He's 19, and my guess was like you're 25, 26, something like that. And he's so mature.
Everybody always thinks that about me. Whenever my age gets mentioned on the internet, people are like, "What? You're not 35?"
I thought he acts like one of us, right?
Well, I thought he was a boot 22.
Yeah, he's about 22.
And then also tomorrow, someone else shares a birthday with you, Nailhead.
I see what you did there. What?
Tomorrow, Ash Williams shares a birthday with you.
His birthday is the same birthday as mine, June 9th. Wow, that's cool. So many Geminis, huh?
Gemini.
So, SigmaSin. You saved the day.
Truly
so,
outrageous.
How was your week?
Well, geez, I've got a monster week written here compared to you guys.
Monster week.
Well, that's
monster. Great week. Well, I didn't play all that much TF2. I had a couple of those pickup games on server 3 that Tasty always loves to organize. And that's basically just where he'll come on to server 1 or 4 or something, and he'll be like, hey, anybody want to pick up? And then we'll leave, and all the non-regulars will wonder what the heck's going on. And then we'll go pick teams on number 3, which is pretty fun.
That's cool.
But I had a bit of that. I caught a few of the CP After Darks Monday and Tuesday. It was pretty good.
Not the big Friday night game?
Oh, I was there for that for a bit at least. I think I might have been playing some StarCraft 2 that evening. I can't remember, but...
Okay.
So did Wes and them run you off with their antics? Is that what happened?
No, what are you talking about? I was healing him like a madman. I got like 3 achievements that night.
Like a madman?
I nearly got you that Darren Soldier one.
I know.
I think I had like 1 kill short or something. It's pretty bad.
Your failure hurts me.
Yeah, you need to get a real soldier in there to help you out with that one, Wes.
I'm sorry, I don't... besides Sigma, there's other soldiers?
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like to be a TF2 soldier.
Well, it's certainly not mint. He's just wondering.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Well, what else was there? I guess Wednesday I played with Wes and Brent. And my pro TF2 tip for the week, and Wes, you can listen to this one, is that F10 crashes your game. When somebody tells you to hit F10, don't hit it.
I keep seeing people say that. And
well, okay.
I would like to go a step further. If anybody tells you to hit any key that starts with F, don't do it.
Like
well, that's
the
just
F-nut key?
No, now I'm going to argue here. I got achievements this week, so my Blutslager got unlocked, and I was all excited. I'm like, okay, well, how do I change into this weapons? And people start screaming out all these keys, M, F, 12, hit the tilde key, do this, do that, and I tried, all of them. I'm like, well, that doesn't work. What was it again? And then finally somebody said F10. I'm like, it can't be F10, really? And so then it's like do
slow motion,
and then everything just went away.
So what is it really? What's the function of that? What is it really supposed to do?
Quick log out, maybe?
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Exit game?
Close game.
It's like the menu or something, but in TF2 it's just game crash.
GFAX Bob says it's close game.
And the funniest thing was, everyone knew what happened, and so it's like the walk of shame, Do I
log back on?
I log
Maybe
back on. And everybody's
can't that
laughing
just
at
be
you.
the standard Alt F4? Do they really need to give us a shortcut key to exit the game?
I know.
Like, is that the boss key or something?
Yeah.
Well, but
the parent key.
Who wants that? Who wants something that, it's not like it's not right up there near keys that you might actually use.
Totally, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed on your notes, Sigma, that you had there were some wacky names going on CP After Dark.
Oh, yeah. The Monday, Tuesday was crazy for that, because I don't really know how it started exactly, but we decided that it was going to be CP After Bork. And Jolly switched his name to Borky Borkamo. I think Mint was like Borky Brewster. Everybody had Bork somewhere in their name. And like we were all like everybody was just spamming it on the mic channel, so it was getting pretty crazy. That was mainly Monday. I guess it carried over to Tuesday a bit, but
nice.
And then to the forums, I think I saw something.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
There was a forum post about it because I think originally on Monday that started on server 4. But then eventually Mint left, so we didn't have any admins left for 4. So we all left and went to join like the 4 people playing on number 1. And they all thought we were crazy because we'd already been going for like an hour and a half with this or something. So nobody was playing seriously anymore except for these poor 4 people who were on number 1. And I felt kind of bad about that because they quit pretty quickly.
And so you borked their gameplay, I guess.
Yeah, they got pretty borked up about that.
Names got changed on Friday night as well. People were naming themselves after the liquors they were drinking. So
when Wes started out the night as 4 glasses of wine too many or something like that,
which is
and
weird because I only had 3 glasses of wine the whole night. Anyway, keep going.
Are you sure?
And then I changed it to Oktoberfest after that because I was playing a medic.
I saw that.
And I changed it to Oktoberfest. And the funny part was I didn't really realize what I had done, and I logged on the next day, and I was looking for my score. I'm playing the next day, forgetting I had changed my name for the first time in my entire history of playing TF2. And so I'm looking, I'm like, why is that other name highlighted when I'm looking at the scores? So, yeah. So then I was doing terrible yesterday when I was poking around, so I was sucktastic and then super sucktastic.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I was on for some of that. That was kind of funny. Then you healed me and your score was like the highest, but
I was pretty much number 1 the entire time I played on Friday night and yesterday. So even sucktastic, I was still scoring well.
Nice.
That's because I was a medic.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Medics just score hacks. They get way too many points.
Yeah, they do. I'll vouch for it. Now, what Mint was? What was he? He was something Cuervo.
I don't remember what Mint changed his name to.
What were some of the other alcohol names?
I remember eventually he tried to change his name back to Mint, but he spelled condition wrong, intentionally or otherwise. I don't know.
Anyway, okay, back to your week. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Yeah. Well, that night, a lot of people were getting really mad at me because my name was not SigmaSin the entire night. I was either talking about drinks or eventually I switched my name to Ultra Blue, and he had switched his name to SigmaSin a long time ago, and he was playing Sniper, which anybody who knows me will know that I'm a very bad sniper. But like Squish was almost quitting on the verge because Ultra Blue kept headshotting him with my name. Nice. And Ultra Blue was just killing people with snipers, so everyone was going crazy, like, Sigma's playing Sniper, but
that's awesome.
A lot of people didn't figure it out for way too long, but I guess the alcohol has something to do with that.
True. I generally look for people's avatars instead of their names because they change so much when I play like late at night. So I can easily spot your sine wave avatar.
Yeah, we hadn't even changed avatars. So.
Oh, you didn't know?
I don't know. Yeah. What else have I been doing? I keep trying to diversify the maps we get on the server. Like every time I make a vote, there'll be like one popular map on there, and then a whole bunch of random names that I try to get people to vote for, just based on the fact that they don't know what it is, but they never get voted, and we end up on like PL Dust Bowl or PL Gold Rush all the time.
I finally got to play PL Dust Bowl.
How'd you like
it's
it?
pretty good.
It wasn't bad. We got totally steamrolled, though. Were you there for that one? I think you were, Sigma. But
Now, the only problem I have with it is it really seems to stalemate at the start at like every leg. And then as soon as you get out of that, then the match goes on. But you spend like so long just in your respawn area for some reason.
I did not notice that.
And I don't know if it's because people's moved up their defense, to right at the cart, or if it, and not guarding the, base. Because, this is mainly on PL Dust Bowl, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I haven't noticed that.
That happens on Gold Rush sometimes too. Like, you won't even move the card at all for like the first minute or two of the game, and then you'll just roll on through.
Yeah.
Just because the way they concentrate the defense, I guess. I don't know.
And setup time. I mean, you've got that initial, or if you can, manage to delay your Uber till after they pop theirs, you've got that extra little bit of oomph right there at the beginning.
Do you think it would change the game too drastically instead of having a setup time like that if they had it where the cart was on a setup time, sort of where it couldn't move for X amount of time, but you could put in defenses to kind of counteract that initial defense of the defense?
Well, that would kind of wreck point one, because, I mean, your offense would come out of the gates or whatever, and they'd have all their heavies and medics and stuff standing around point one. So all the NGs would stay to point two the entire game, because they wouldn't be able to set up at point one at all. So it would kind of just be like point one's a roll, and then it grinds to a halt. So
it'd be kind of like the original Dust Bowl, kind of.
Well, the other thing is, especially like if you were on Gold Rush, that first point, the team can only really, come through that one tunnel, unless they go over to those other unless they jump over to the other stairs. So you'd end up with the race for that tunnel, and then there would be a fight at the tunnel, and then one person in the back moving the cart forward, to try to finally catch the attackers who were standing in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to try it.
Okay.
Someone make that. Someone make that happen.
Do you see this note here from Mr. J. Crowley in the chat room?
Mr. J. Crowley. Does anybody else think of Twisted Sister when you see that?
No.
Didn't they have a song called Mr. Crowley? Something like that?
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, anyway, what's the point?
He says that Valve has been saying that they're considering making a payload map where you can, or mode where you can build on the cart. Would that be? Has anyone heard that? Where it would be big enough?
I
for
heard of
sentries?
that. You'd have like a floating fortress of a cart that would kind of just roll on through and mow down the enemy with your sentries. That sounded kind of fun.
It does.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could design one where the payload started in a middle point, and your goal was to escort it to your side too.
Like a tug of war?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool if you could do that.
And it wasn't Twisted Sister; it was Ozzy.
No, Twisted Sister had something about Crowley.
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure Ozzy did too. Don't get me wrong. Crowley was a popular song back then. Or maybe Twisted Sister redid it.
Maybe.
We are way off topic, and we don't even have Spencer to deride us for it. So what's this about Dominator? Dominator started up.
Yeah, Dominator started this Saturday.
Dun 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 dun!
It's pretty funny just watching people freak out about who's after them, because, well, I know half the list of the people who are in this game.
Because you're the admin, right?
Yeah, well, I wanted to play as well, so what I did was I just split the list down the middle between Jolly and I. And I sorted out the half of the list with his name in it, and he sorted out the half with my name in it, so I have no idea who's after me at all.
So can you do quickly like a explanation of how the game is played?
Oh, sure. Well, basically what it is it's just like the Assassin game in real life that people play. And everybody in the game is given the name of somebody else, and they have to go find them on the servers, any server, and get a domination on them. So, and once they get that, then the person they dominated will give the name that they were hunting to the next person. So we started off with 56 people, and eventually you'll get down to 2 people that have each other's name, and the first person to get the domination there wins.
So, how did you choose the names? Do you have a technique or some random thing?
Well, I just ran. Well, I have a little bit of organization to the list that I can give away, I guess. Mostly it was just random. The only thing that I set was that all the EU people are closer together in the list, so there's not a really big slowdown because of playtime.
That's
but
good.
Other than that,
good.
it's just like randomly sorted top to bottom, and there's just one big loop of people going after each other.
Nice. Nice.
Excellent.
I support this death.
So that was pretty fun. I mean, the forums are kind of going crazy with people paranoid, and there's a couple cool rivalries about people who have figured it out, like Ook and Panda. Panda knows that Ook is after him.
Who was it that put the target in the forums?
Oh, that was Flonk. He's after Griffin P. Because right when I was giving the names out, I was going down my list, so I gave Griffin P's name to Flonk, and then I gave the name to Griffin P and whatever. And Flonk immediately added Griffin P to his friends list. Which is a bit obvious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And I was playing the night I was playing the other night. I was dominating someone, and they were like, "You better not be playing Dominator."
Or else. Yeah. I'll dominate you.
Well, I had some fun because everybody I know who's in the game, well, I was playing with Hoppy, and I dominated him. And I sent him a Steam message. It's like, "Oh, you got dominated," and then it's like, "I'm not really hunting you." But I just like freaking people out, like all the random beacons and kind of stuff. It's pretty cool.
Confuse your enemy.
I'm gonna probably get knocked out in like 2 days because I'm way too easy to find. So
I get dominated as it is just because people are like, "Ooh, it's Wes Wilson. I want to kill him."
Yeah.
I get dominated as it is because there's so many good people on our server that I get dominated.
Yes, that too.
Same
that
here.
too. Nivek will hunt me down as a spy.
Nice.
He'll hunt me down. And then
laugh over the channel.
Yes, and then creep everyone out because he says he's my stalker.
I wonder if he named his knife like Windy or something.
I don't know. Yeah. Could be.
He's got like this little cigarette holder. He's like, "This is Windy. This is Duncan. I'm coming after you, Wes."
So, are you still on your week?
yeah, technically, I've
okay.
got like paragraphs.
That's okay. I was just wondering.
Way to bring it down.
Are you still talking? Anyway,
I know I'm boring.
Well,
I kind of had to make up for Spencer, so I've been working on my bland.
Yeah.
How's that going with the rage?
Yeah.
I've been drinking a can of Rage, but it hasn't filled me up quite yet. I'll try to chug it or something.
Well, I knew that your week would be bigger than all the rest of ours because, well, you're always playing.
well,
yeah,
and you're also young enough to have time to play.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can handle playing till 3 a.m. and then getting up at 9 or whatever anyways, so...
Ouch.
I can live with it.
That kind of craziness
for like
doesn't
one
happen
day,
around here.
and then I'll suck the next day, but whatever.
So what about this non-TF2 stuff you have up here?
Yeah, well, I've been playing a lot more games other than TF2 with CP people recently, which really improves them. One, I think the game that I started this with was Hidden Source, thanks to Squish for making this group, like every other non-TF2 CP group he made, which is, I think, all of them, 20 or 30, I don't know how many there are.
Yeah.
And I played that a lot, not this week, but in the past, mainly with the ninjas. We'll all go and take over a server. And I guess I can say basically what Hidden Source is a game where one player is randomly an invisible guy with a knife, and everybody else is like some military force with guns that's trying to kill him. And it's pretty good. You get all paranoid, like shooting at shadows and stuff. That's pretty fun.
Now, is this a kind of based off the Predator? Wasn't there a mod called Predator or something like that?
I don't know. It would be similar to that kind of thing, though.
Okay. Sorry.
And it's okay.
Didn't mean to,
Jeez. Just killed the show, Brent.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just like every week.
Gosh. What else? Well, I tried the Painkiller demo. it was sort of cool, but you could already get the lightning and shooting gun in the demo, so I felt no reason to actually buy the game. Because that was pretty much all I wanted from it anyways.
I borrowed that game from a friend, and I played it for a while, and it just was, I don't know, it just was not, it did not make me happy. It was too ludicrous, of course, to take seriously, and too serious to be ludicrous. I couldn't find a good balance in there.
I would just go on the ludicrous side of it. I mean, I didn't really enjoy it that much as a shooter, but the fact that you had a gun that shot lightning and shurikens was sweet, and that's pretty much the only reason I played it. And other than that, I've been trying to play Tori Bash, which is a game where you're...
Bash and Tori spelling?
I don't... you can control each part of your body and make up random fighting moves, and I don't know it that well because I haven't made it through the tutorial yet. Even though Squish has been trying to get me to play it, I can't understand how to relax and contract my elbow joints well enough to attack or something, so I'm trying to play it, but I'm failing.
Yeah, there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts that make it easier, but it's a lot of memorization. I downloaded it and checked it out, and I didn't think that I'd play it again, so I uninstalled it. It's just a little too much of a steep learning curve, I think. But seeing it in action and seeing the demo or just YouTubing it and seeing all the cool moves that people come up with, I think that's where the entertainment is. I don't think it's necessarily building them, or at least it's not for me, you know.
Yeah, I think I dropped in the vent channel where they were playing it for a minute one time, and people were going crazy about how someone just managed to pelvic thrust somebody else's head off. And
yeah, if you're good at the game,
that kind of inspires me to play the game, but I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, it's gonna rule for those who are good at it. So you know.
Yeah. Squish just wants me to go into that game so he can come and own me.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
and do a pelvic thrust to your head.
Yeah, probably.
He's that kind of guy.
Okay, and other than that, I've been playing a heck of a lot of StarCraft this week. I think I've got 18 games in.
Nice.
With the CP StarCraft group.
Sweet.
And I haven't played StarCraft for a few months before this, but it's really fun to get into it with the CP people because you all get on vent and you play 2-on-3s or 3-on-3s, 2-on-2s, whatever.
Ooh, I'd love to do that.
Well, you're in the StarCraft group, so you've probably already got my spammy messages. Every time I play, I just spam a message out to everyone in the group.
Keep it up too. It was just. I don't remember what it was. It was bad timing for me. But keep the spam up because I totally want to play.
Eric loves.
I think you're on snooze or something, but I just send messages anyways. Yeah. So it works better than announcements because people actually respond.
Do you share resources and do one huge clump? One big city. Or whatever, with 3 people, or do you generally do, you know what I'm talking about, the shared resources?
Well, the regular game style has you all separate economies, separate sets of units.
Right.
There is a style where you can all control the same set of units.
I like that one. That one's fun.
As if you were one player, but it's really, really hard to do because unless you know the other player as a StarCraft player pretty well, then you end up just controlling your units into shooting each other practically.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't like playing it unless I really know the person that I'm playing with.
That's true.
Because it's just counterproductive.
Yeah. People building redundant buildings and going, oh crap, I already built that. Yeah.
And we've got a whole bunch of people playing that are just playing the game for the first time or the first time in 5 years or something. So we sort of have a few of us that are pretty good at it, and then we have a lot of us that are
still trying to remember.
Trying to remember what comes after a spawning pool or something.
That would be me. So I'll be sucky at first.
And this is StarCraft 1 because StarCraft 2 hasn't come out yet, right?
Yeah. Right. If you have StarCraft 2, you've done something illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, no.
And if anybody listening has StarCraft 2, send me your bootleg copy. I love you forever.
I've been playing some single-player StarCraft just to get my hands back on it. So I'm playing through the original campaigns.
Oh, cool.
But my son likes to push the button on the front of my computer.
Oh, the one that turns it off?
Yes, my son likes that button. He likes the button on the front of the Wii as well. And, so I keep losing StarCraft games.
So did you cut off his finger yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's what I did to my son when he was going for it.
Really?
You just gotta learn to be faster, Wes, and finish the game before he turns it off.
Yeah, I know. Or I need to buy more duct tape to keep him up against stuck to the wall. Yeah,
Yeah, that'll work too.
Anyway, and this is your last thing down here.
About Age of Conan?
Well, sorta. I looked at Age of Conan and I consciously decided not to play it because
travesty.
I know.
Really?
I know it would be fun to play with CP people and all, but in the past I have had bad experiences with me getting really addicted to MMOs. So I'm consciously keeping myself out of that kind of thing until Ion comes out in a few months or year or so, or however long they're in development on that one.
That's the big winged, flying one. Okay.
Like everybody's got wings, and it looks, from what I've seen of the gameplay videos, it looks sort of like WoW, but more awesome.
It looks really Japanimation type artwork, kind of, right?
Yeah.
And, okay, now here's one thing that did kind of annoy me about it. Is when I was looking at it and they were like, you can climb in this game and climbing's awesome, and then they're like, and you can fly, and I'm like, well, why do you need to climb? I'm not going to climb if I can fly.
You need to climb after you've messed up flying and fallen to your death and have to climb back down to your corpse or something. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't know. So I'm probably going to get into that, and I know a few people from CP have been watching that one as well, so I'll probably drag them all into a server, and we'll play. That'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, while we're talking MMOs, should we
sure
give away a 14-day trial edition of World of Warcraft?
Yes.
Okay, the first person to send Wes a tell gets it.
Nice. To send me a tell in what?
In Ustream. Starting now.
Really? I don't even know what that is. I don't know how to get a tab.
Look down by
It'll
your
pop
tab.
up right here. See this? It'll have a tab here.
Really?
All the flashing windows popping up,
Look, he got one in Steam.
I got one in Steam.
Is that it? Okay, we'll announce the winner.
The winner is the Nazis.
The Nazis. The Nazis win again. So if the Nazis could send Wes your mailing address, we'll get this out to you.
Yes. So mail us at cp@deadworkers.com, and we'll email you a 14-day free trial for World of Warcraft. Hey Nazis, do you already have World of Warcraft? This is the part.
The Nazis don't play World of Warcraft.
I don't know. They might.
They play Indiana Jones.
The chances of them playing are great.
But only 1 and 2.
There's 10 million people playing the game. I'm sure the Nazis are playing.
Anyway, the Nazis equals Zinc.
Oh,
Did not. Wow. Man, Zinc has really gone downhill. Anyway, so let's move on. We are this is a terrible show. I figure somebody's got to call it terrible since Spencer's not here.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to reconnaissance.
Yay! CP Steel.
Discussion.
This is a crazy map made by Fishbus.
Fishbus?
Fishbus.
Do we know anything about this person?
Nope. Well, I do. He made CP Steel. And you can find him on FPS Banana and see the other maps that he made. Anyway, this features a introduction video, which is great. It's it's black and white, it's old film looking, and it shows the map. It's very cool. It's the first one I've ever seen. The only one that exists that I know of. See how I saved myself there?
That was good.
And if you really want to know about the map, ask Sigma. He knows all about the map.
So, can people not figure out how to actually get the movie in game like they do?
I just think it's a lot of I just think, well, for one thing, I didn't know that you could do it. I knew that Valve, of course, could do it, right? But I didn't know that they gave users the functionality of doing it.
Right.
Also, I think that it's beyond a lot of people's ability,
comprehension.
You know, I mean, it's like you're a map maker, you're not a video maker too. But you know, obviously this guy was.
I wonder if he could like email them to get them to load his video into their into that map.
I'm sure they would respond because they're really good about responding to emails.
They've responded to every email I've sent them.
Yeah,
with this fabulous silence that I've grown to love from them.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to talk about this Sigma? Otherwise, I'm just going to skim your comments and steal your words and call them my own.
I can talk about it. I've probably played Steel more than most of you, all of you.
What are you trying to say?
Hey, what are you getting at there?
Hey, at least he's honest.
I'm bringing the rage in, you see. Insinuating comments. Okay, well, I can talk a bit about Steel, and I'll have tips and all that good stuff.
Excellent.
Well, okay, so the first thing I can recommend for you to do is load up Steel on a private server, like right now, and walk around it for 10 or 15 minutes. And like just switch between red and blue and cap each point and see how it changes, because the map is not very hard to get around, but if you don't know how to get around, you're going to be lost forever. Like, I've played games on it where our medics are stuck over at D and we're trying to cap C, and, well, that fails, obviously.
How many points is this?
There's 5 points.
Okay.
It's attack defense, and I'll get into that in a bit. But, yeah, like, there's a lot of shortcuts you can take, especially for red, as your spawn moves around and stuff. So I'd really recommend familiarizing yourself with how you do that, because the map's pretty quick to get around, but if you don't know, you'll be useless because you'll be in the wrong place the entire game.
Yeah, first time I played, it was really humiliating. I'm like, where am I going? What am I doing? And then, you know, there's big signs that say, you know, A and C this way, B this way, but it still doesn't help. So you'll end up in an intersection. I'll be like, where am I going? I don't know what's going on here. And then you run up and you're on some battlements and there's a window and you can't quite squeeze through it. And you're like, I can't get out there. What am I supposed to do now?
Yeah. You can actually get out of that window, but whatever.
How do you know what window I'm talking about?
Because there's only one battlements and one window in the map.
Wow.
Don't be mean.
Remember the rage? I have to do the rage.
Yeah, he's drinking a big can of it.
Click.
Yeah. I'm Spencer, and I hate you guys.
I mean, you do Spencer pretty well.
You do Spencer better than Spencer does, Spencer.
Spencer over at your house.
Yeah, I've got him locked up. That's why he said he's sick.
Nice.
Anyways, back to Steel. I lost my train of thought already.
That's okay. Spencer does that too.
I guess I can just explain what the map is for people who haven't played it. It's an attack defense map. Blue is attacking, red's defending, and red is trying to launch a rocket or something. That's their goal, and it's going to launch in like 10 minutes or whatever, and blue's trying to stop it. So blue can attack the last point E and cap it right off the start, and all the other points A, B, C, and D you have to cap in order, like A first, B second, etc. And they make it easier to cap E in different ways. And basically what it is A opens up another door that goes to E just from A, and it opens that door very slowly, so you have to wait like 20 or 30 seconds if you're standing on A waiting for that door to open right away. And it also opens a quick door to go to B from point A, which you're only going to use to attack B right away. B moves the defender's spawn a little bit further away from E, but not that much further. It's just kind of to the other side of the room. C is the big difference. It makes bridges come out to point E, which is previously sitting in the middle of a giant pit of death. If you fall in, you will die, and that's a pretty major gameplay component later on.
You know what I learned, though? I've learned that no matter how many times you fall down that pit, your stacked up bodies won't ever fill the pit up.
Yeah.
So you've been in there a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think everybody, like every time I play with Mint, he falls in there. Like, I've seen at least 5 occasions where I've been playing with Mint, and he's been running along the bridge as it extends, but the bridge moves really slowly, so he'll just run right off the end and die in the pit. I've done that too. I think I've lost at least 4 or 5 Ubers to that pit it's worse than the train.
Well, my whole thing is there is the nudging mechanics. You can nudge someone who's near you, and I'll be standing there not doing anything, and someone will kind of brush past me and knock me into the pit. And that's very frustrating.
Well, you really have to be careful. I mean, especially when you're playing medic at point E, you can't really run backwards because you're going to fall into the pit if you do. So it's bad. That pit is my enemy. I think it kills me more on that map than any other environmental hazard.
Now, there's one thing. There's one thing that you didn't mention about point B, and that was that it does another slow gate opening to
you're right,
D
to C.
and to C, right? There's one on either side that gets open. There's an A to D door and a B to C door that gets opened by that one, correct?
Well, actually, the A to D door gets opened when you take A, but it opens extremely slowly.
Okay.
So, like, if you sit on A for another 30 seconds, it will open, but you usually don't notice that because it's better to just run off and cap D or cap B at that point.
So do you have to stay on A to keep it opening, or it'll slowly open throughout the map?
Once you cap, it slowly opens, and later it will be fully open, and it'll stay that way.
But that B to C door is actually fairly important. It's going to take a minute to open, and what a lot of people will do is they'll dive through E to get to C, but that takes you through a lot of death.
Right.
That's true. Although it's usually better right after you cap E if you get your entire team right after you cap B. You want to take that route through E because the door is really slow going to C.
Yes, it's another 30-second thing, and you're just sort of standing there going.
Yeah. And if the defense has a sniper there, they can just it'll crack open a little bit and then they can shoot you, and that sucks.
You mentioned snipers and sucking, and that's all you really needed to say.
Yeah, you can tune out the rest of what I say in this podcast. Snipers suck. The end. Okay, so I guess once you take C, a lot of times what seems to happen to the offense then is they get confused as to what they should do. And what they should do is either take E or take D. Don't try to do both. Because the defense has a nice little hallway that goes right between those two, and it's really easy for their medics to just sit in there, and the soldiers and heavies and whatever can just run back and forth between those 2 points and easily stop uncoordinated pushes going on both of those. So some people are of the opinion that once you got C, it's all in, and E, try to get it. I'm more of a fan of trying to take D, but I don't really care. As long as your entire team is trying for the same point, you'll do better than having like 2 soldiers and a scout trying to cap D while your medics in a pyro or demo or something are going at E. That just does not work.
Now, you were talking about some tactics on the last point in the pit.
Oh, yeah. Ubering at the last point sucks because any soldier can kill you by throwing you into the pit very easily. So if you have to, well, often you have to use an Uber to kill the guns around E, but you want to try to do that as much away from that pit as you can. Like, you want to get off that bridge because you will die and you will lose your Uber and you will be embarrassed.
Yes, you will be. I'll vouch for you. Yes, I have fallen down that pit with an Uber. I was glowing blue when I died.
And as defense, that's a good thing to know. It's a good tactic to just try to keep blowing people into the pit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really try to kill anybody except for heavies when I'm playing soldier there, because you can't really move a heavy unless you get a crit rocket, and by then he's dead anyways. But everybody else, you can just juggle into the pit, and you don't need to worry about killing them. You can just watch them fall. And if you're winning by a lot, you can jump after them with your shovel.
Wow, that's insult to injury. I've killed you so badly, I will die just to humiliate you farther.
I've tried, but I've never actually managed to fall fast enough to hit somebody with my shovel. Like, I've been like rocket jumping down the pit with the shovel trying to catch up to them, but I never quite make it. So maybe someday I will, and I'll post a YouTube video or something.
Okay.
I mean, you got a good basis, I think, for the map.
Yeah.
And I think one thing we should probably announce, too, is we're thinking about using the Recon is more of a talk about the maps we've played each week instead of actually going in and detailing maps. We think it'll be a little more interesting and save some time in our week of stuff too.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
There's one point you've got down here that I think is worth talking about. You mentioned an early attack on E is most useful as a feint, and I think I agree with you. Like before you take A, the attacks on E are going to be silly. Now you don't want to ignore them completely. You don't want to just give them E, let them defend E without ever attacking. But at the same time, I don't think it's really important to mount a credible attack. It just needs to be something to keep them on their toes. One scout or one soldier or something like that.
Yeah, I agree completely with that. I mean, it's really easy. If you try to do a full attack on E, you're going to come across the fact that they can hit you into the pit. Their respawn at that, like before you've capped A, their respawn is a ramp up, so their soldiers are going to be shooting down at you, which makes it really easy for them. Their resupply cabinet is right there, and you've got no health packs to speak of, so you're kind of screwed if you try to do a full attack right to E from the start. But it is really good, especially in public games, to just send a scout there, because a lot of times what will happen is one scout will step on E, and then like all 4 soldiers or whatever that are guarding A will run over to kill the scout because they're not coordinating properly. Or better yet, like right when the map started and everybody was lost on it all the time, you could send people on there and actually manage to cap it because they didn't know how to run there. So if you're playing with people who don't know the map, they'll be like running around at point B while you're capping E, and they're just going to be useless. So it's good to confuse the enemy, but you're not going to cap it. So don't try to cap it. Just try to make them come stop you.
Yes, yes. I would get lost. I'd be on defense, and then, I'd be trying to find my way to E, and I would have trouble finding E from the respawn. That's how lost you'll get. The first time you play this map, you'll be so lost. You're like, which way do I go? I don't understand. Yeah, it's pretty.
And it's especially bad if Jolly Eskimo is in the game, because his spray right now is a giant B sign that he'll spray over, he'll spray it over the E sign or whatever, so you'll be like, wait, I'm going to B, and you'll be at the wrong place. And that's brilliant.
His favorite
thing right now. That's pretty good.
We got to remember that for matches and stuff. Everybody have a different letter.
That's a good point.
Yeah, spray it all up in your spawn right at the start, and then when the teams switch, they'll still be there and they'll get confused.
Just switch A and B. Where are we going? Or put A on both of them.
Well, that's. I think that's a fairly good assessment. Anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah.
I guess not.
Nope.
So now on the loudspeaker.
Click.
News and discussions. Okay, first off, we have a mixtape. What is this all about, Mr. Eric?
Yeah, this is just a tape that we found in the briefcase this week. It has all of the songs that we have created and collected from other users or other listeners, parodies, everything, pretty much just TF2 songs. And there is a mixtape that you can go check out at controlpoint.muxtape.com. And it's a little flash player. It just plays all the tunes. There's an extra song on there, and I'm going to play that at the end of this episode. It is a version of Double Jump My Heart where I'm singing it.
So controlpoint.muxtape.com. Mm-hmm. And you can hear Eric singing in his lovely voice.
Yeah, and all the other wonderful songs. And as we get more TF2 songs, or someone wants to submit some parody or something TF2 related, and it's a song, we'll add it onto the little mixtape there. So, excitement.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
There is a new TF2 podcast.
Mm-hmm. It is from the community of from teamfortress2fort.com. Since a long time ago, last year, when we kind of first started, maybe around episode 5 or so, they had a couple of forum posts just kind of tossing around an idea of, hey, why don't we get a podcast going, a TF2 podcast? And Well, they finally did, and they have their first episode up, and the show is called FortCast. That's an awesome name. You like that name, FortCast? I don't know. I really like it. So,
Brent, like the weather, you get it, Brent?
FortCast. Cool. Neat.
Do you get it?
I
like Control Point.
Do you see what they did there?
I like turtles.
The hosts are really nice, well-spoken, easy to listen to. Right now, I've only heard the introductory episode, so go and check that out at fortcast.tf2f.com.
I bet they talk about Team Fortress on there, too, don't they?
They even mention Control Point.
Oh, sweet.
On their,
really?
on their first episode.
Oh, wow.
So, anyway, so...
We mentioned
Pretty
theirs
cool.
on our 34th episode.
34. For those of you keeping count, this is episode 34.
Okay, next. Age of Conan.
Age of Conan.
Some Age of Conan news.
Age of Conan.
1 million copies shipped.
That's pretty good,
That's
isn't
pretty good, yeah. You know, I always go back to EverQuest was kind of the first real big MMO. And they never broke 500,000, so... To be an MMO and ship 1 million, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you know EverQuest 1 is still like the number 7 or 8 MMO in the world?
I don't believe it.
Really?
They never broke 500,000, and they have gone down like they have.
I'm going to look.
They're
that
down
up,
to like
because I saw
10
that.
servers
I saw
now.
EverQuest 1.
Servers.
Even after EverQuest 2 came out, EverQuest 1 had more users than EverQuest 2.
I could almost see that.
And then additionally, like other than like the crazy Korean MMOs like Lineage 2 and all that kind of stuff, I played Lineage 2. I regretted every minute of that.
Boobies, I hear though.
I did not see any such
We'll say
things.
that's what they were missing. But, you know, I guess I could see that. If they're on the top 10 list, I mean, really, are there really 10 big MMOs out there?
Oh,
You know.
by the way, Lion has a piece of news, too. He says that Conan is made out of bacon. Is this true?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
cool. Thanks, Lion.
Bacon.
Speaking of Conan,
Yes.
do we want to... We'll do that contest later.
Okay. That sounds great.
Are we going to do that on the Conan cast?
Sure.
Speaking of contests,
Yeah, the calendar contest.
Yeah.
As soon as we get an image of Mija wins heavy to put on the forums, we'll start the contest.
Yeah, we'll do that. Right away. Wow. You guys should drink some water or something to get some.
So that's the calendar contest over now. How did it go?
Yeah.
there was an update.
Excellent.
What did it say? Somebody typed this in.
This was an update.
Do you want me to just read this?
Sure.
We've almost completely wrapped up the next big release for Team Fortress 2, which will focus on the Pyro class, which Control Point community first pointed out to everyone. Along with the Meet the Sniper movie, we've spent time looking at how the recent Medic release went and have rolled feedback from that release into the new item designs for the Pyro and into the design of the achievements required to unlock those items. One item, shown here in concept form, will be the Extinguisher. Although it does about half the normal damage to standard run-of-the-mill non-burning enemies, once you light someone on fire, the Extinguisher will guarantee a critical hit.
Nice.
Along with all the new content, we're also going to be making some significant changes to the Pyro class for everyone, regardless of whether they have unlocked any new items. So, how does that sound, the Extinguisher?
Interesting. We'll be flipping weapons a lot more often now. That's an interesting tactic, and you're already close range because you're catching someone on fire, so I don't think it's that big of a deal to switch real quick and then ask them a quick question.
Or do you think you will see more pairs of Pyros running around? One putting people on fire and the other one coming all behind them with an axe?
I didn't think of that.
You are the brilliant.
Genius.
I support what you're saying.
Now, do you think they'll be in clan play?
I don't know. That's asking a lot.
Outlawed.
It depends. Do they get a rocket launcher?
I think this sounds like an excellent addition to the. I'm hoping that they get like a flame ball thrower too, like a more slow fire sort of like fire launcher thing.
So, like Team Fortress 1, they had a rocket launcher basically, but it shot fire rockets.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised in putting that. I mean, I'm assuming this is like the Uber Saw. This will be the last unlock, I'm guessing.
That sounds legitimate.
Yeah. What do you think, Sigmund? Do you think this is an excellent idea?
I would say so.
Sorry.
If you just pretend he didn't say it, it might go away.
What I'm liking about these updates is how everything they've done so far has to do something with crits. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
It's because like all the a lot of the league play and stuff was moving away and going to no crits, but with the new stuff, they're keeping crits in the game and keeping them interesting.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, it's almost like they said, well, okay, y'all are upset about the crits. Let's make it where they're less, random, where you get crits because you want them.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to think it's like when I got hit by a crit, it's like, oh, that lucky jerk. It's like I shouldn't have died there. But now it's like you see, and it's like, oh, he was getting crits krieged or something like that, and it's like, oh, okay, well, that's fine then. Like it's
because he worked for it,
thing.
Right?
Yeah. And also paying more attention to the fact that the better you do, the more you crit. That kind of changed my outlook on that too.
I love that.
The thing that always frustrates me is like, I'll be playing something like a class that I don't normally play, like Scout, okay? And I'll run around the corner and I'll see another Scout and we'll both shoot at the same time and I'll die. And I'll be like, well, at least I hurt them. And I'll look at the at their health bar and it'll be almost full. Yeah. And that's when I get really mad at crits. when it's
he could have been overhealed or you could have missed him.
True.
I'm going for you missed him, but
I don't know why you would.
I wouldn't. And while we're talking about classes, I tested something. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but a long time ago we had a question, whether, wrenching your sentry and whatever, does that speed it up?
Yes.
Well, I tested it and it definitely does.
Yeah.
What?
It halves the time, actually.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
You mean wrenching it while it's being built? Yeah,
while it's being built.
Yeah. You didn't know this old news.
I thought that was totally urban legend.
No, we talked about this on an episode, and we said, well, we're going to go test it, and we never did.
Oh.
And I went and tested it because I was sick of not knowing for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you have 2 NGs hitting it, it goes up
I didn't test
really fast.
Does that help? Sigma, you're the statistics guy. Does that help?
Yeah. Like you can build a level 3 sentry in like 15 seconds or less if you have 4 NGs.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Wow.
So, hey, another thing when we're talking about NGs, this is a cool trick on Dust Bowl Stage 3. When you come out of the respawn and there's that building up there with the little peek holes that people can shoot out. If you put a dispenser next to that wall, you can jump up and put guns or teleporter exits up there on that second level.
Oh, wow.
So it's really nice to get that sentry up there and they're not really expecting it. And all of a sudden they get shot from up there.
Wow.
But anyway, go on.
Have you been playing NG lately?
A little.
Oh, okay.
Well, I suck at it, so it's fun.
I actually was playing some NG this week too. I was falling back on it for the Hydro game and stuff like that because we were getting squashed.
I played it a lot on PL Dust Bowl, and one thing I really like about PL Dust Bowl is after you get the cart past the first point, it opens up that door that you can go behind, and that's really nice.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. So, update, Steam client, fixed game falling to launch on Windows Vista from a fresh game install.
Wow, I can't believe it. They finally fixed that.
Finally.
Sarcasm.
Finally.
Okay, listener contributions. Who wrote this first thing?
Let's see here.
I did. So there was a pic on Engadget of an HP exec cutting his birthday cake with a macAIR. And I don't remember. His cake that he was cutting looked like the cake from Portal.
You're looking at the wrong section.
I sure am. Damn. Well, we can take that as my contribution. Okay. So let's rewind it. Anybody want to rewind it?
Strike
back
that.
It up.
Flux capacitor over there.
All right.
Hey there.
Listener contribution.
Yamhead here. I'm pleased to announce that the CP community has now another private practice server donated by me and the TLNN squad, which is the total lack of no nonsense.
Who played in the CP tourney on Saturday?
Yes, against Lambda.
Yeah.
Lambda.
The old Lammaroonies.
Who won?
I don't remember, actually. Someone will tell us.
What about it, Sig?
I actually haven't watched any of the tournament games yet because I've been busy with the Dominator thing and all that this week, so I missed all of it.
I'm hoping Jazz, because he's our new tourney reporter, and he's possibly going to record us a little bit to throw in here.
That would be great.
Which, if so, we're going to insert here who won and a little.
There are some. There's 4 or 5 people saying that Total Lack of No Nonsense has won.
Okay. Cool.
Congrats. Good job, guys.
But if we get a little Jazz report, we can maybe splice it in over all this chatter.
Or we can just add it in right here.
Yeah.
The chatter's good.
Like right now or like a second ago.
And there we go. Thanks, Jazz. And if there's nothing there.
So, anyway, back to what we were saying. Yamhead, thank you. So we have a new private/practice server, so it's kind of a clan server, kind of like number 3 is.
And there's also, while we're on servers and stuff like that, the guys, Johnny Napalm, Apple Pie, and Kennedy are working on a new server as well. The difference on this server is it's they don't have a fixed IP, so they're doing some DNS thing where it'll...
Oh, dynamic DNS. Oh, okay.
Yeah, where it'll like forward it to the right place, and so they're testing it and getting it working right.
Okay, and we'll add those on the right side, and we don't even know what the IP is right now, so you'll know soon. And now we have a question sent in from Ashigak. And here it is.
Hey Control Point, Ashigak here speaking on my new quality cheap headset. I have a question for you that does not involve Age of Conan, surprisingly. Which other classes from TF2 do you think would be the most successful in real life? Personally, I'd say that the sniper would probably land himself, some form of Aussie nature show, which you'd take the lead in. I'm sure you're bored of this now, but I love the show and you guys are doing an amazing job. Oh, and I hope you've checked out my new map. Wink. See you around.
Okay, the question was which of the TF2 classes would be most successful in real life, and Ashigak thinks it would be the sniper. And okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, I think it would be the spy. It's very, very risky being a spy, and they're paid very well. It's very, you can live a very luxurious life being a spy, international spy.
I don't think it's a given. What's the highest paying job in the country besides CEO? It's doctor. The medic.
Yeah.
The medic would be filthy, stinking rich and successful.
Yeah.
And, stuff.
Well, can he heal other things? Like, what can he heal with that gun?
Well, I mean,
what is it really healing? It's hit point pull, but we don't have that in real life.
Yeah,
really.
but it could be knitting your bones back. Okay, so what? All he does is refreshes your hit point pool. At the same time, that means other people can beat on you some more. That's fine. So what if you're in pain? You can still go on.
I don't know.
I know the medic would be the most successful.
Engineer.
Engineers are very
because there's a large call in life for sentry guns and ammo dispensers.
Well, hey, if you could get from here to wherever he had his exit, I mean, he could be like, "Look, you want to go to Japan? That's where I got my exit right now."
Yeah, but the respawn
be like instant.
That respawn thing, and he can only build one.
Well, maybe he goes into business with another engineer, and they just set their entrances and exits at opposite places, and it's just like when you're ready to come back, just take it.
No. I see where you're going with that, but I still think the medic would be the most.
Yeah.
Well, we all have opinions, and yours doesn't count, so we're good. Sigma?
Well, the medic's okay. I mean, he can put out a fire in 5 seconds.
Okay, so next. I'm just kidding. Go on, Sigma. I'm sorry.
If I had to pick, I'd think of a pair. Is if you got the NG and the heavy together, they could hit it big. Because how much does it cost to fire that gun? It was like 200,000, 400,000 for a minute or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't even remember. But he can just sit on the dispenser and continually drop his ammo and get more. So he'd be making like $1 million every 5 minutes or something.
Hey, that's a good point.
They'd be doing pretty good.
Well, who's paying them?
I don't know, but they could sell the bullets to somebody.
That's
exactly.
true. Okay,
I'm with that. That's good.
Yeah, a little export.
So we're all agreed, engineer.
No, you got to keep in mind that they're going to split the money. And the
Well,
heavy,
I say take the heavy out of it. He's just using the ammo.
heavy is not going to get an even split because the engineer is going to trick him probably.
well, I know, but then the heavy's going to find out about it and he's going to kill the engineer.
Look, the engineer's over here with his little, travel business, and then he's over here with his ammo making business. He doesn't need the heavy to use the ammo. He just makes it, pulls it out, and sells it.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind.
And then he's got a little security business with his little sentry guns on the side. He is making money hand over fist.
Hey, Spy is sapping his paycheck.
So he pays the pyro to stand guard. Because he's got the money to do it now. He's probably, that's why he's seeing NG on every team, because he's financing every single team out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've taken too much time on this question, personally.
I think we have another question from Intel Officer J.
Hello, Control Point. I would like to congratulate you on catching the spy. He was carrying valuable information about the medic. Luckily enough, we were able to supply him with false information.
Anyway, sorry for pulling your leg. I don't have a tip for this week, but I do have a question. You've mentioned your work a couple of times, and I know what Eric and Ben do, but I'd like to know what Spencer and Wes do for a living.
Intel Officer J out. P.S. I'm not sorry for my accent this time.
Okay, so
you talk about what you do every week.
The thespian nature. What he wants to know is what Spencer and I do for a living. Spencer is currently a bum. Yeah. He is a filthy, stinking bum, sponging off the success of his wife
and Control Point.
Yes,
There's not
big
much
success.
to sponge.
Yeah, he goes into stores trying to pay him with pins and buttons and crap, and they're like, "What is this crap?"
Click mobile license.
It's like, you can go play on my server.
I'll get you on the show, I swear.
We're big in Japan.
I have two jobs, actually. I sell wine for a living. I work for a company from another town, and I'm a wine distributor here in town. Additionally, I have some very good friends who own a restaurant, and I have worked for them on and off for 18 years. And once a week, I go in and I manage the restaurant and do all the computer geeky stuff that nobody else seems to know how to do. So I'm the jack of all trades, so that they can hire other people to be managers who don't know the stuff that I know.
Geeky wino.
I am. Okay, next we have the question of the week from Ifrit.
Mm-hmm.
Ifrit here with his question of the week. This week's question is, out of the 9 classes, which do you think represents you the most? See ya.
Okay, out of the 9 classes, which represents you the most? That's a tough one.
I think I would be engineer because I like making things that are useful for other people.
I can see that. I like to drink. I'll be the demo man.
I like to sit with my sniper rifle and peek into people's windows and blow their heads off. So
naturally, yeah, that's true.
But really,
I do that a lot. Yeah.
I don't know. I think I would have to go with maybe the spy. Just a little bit of everything. I don't know.
You're far happier than the spy. The spy is not a happy man.
Yeah,
for the most part, you're in a good mood.
For the most part.
What about you, Sigma? What are you?
Well, I've got a pretty funny image of the demo man with a wine glass as Wes. I don't know. I'd have to maybe pick between soldier or medic because I play those a lot, and I don't know. They're kind of cool guys. But NG has a place just because I'm going to school for engineering right now, so I'm kind of am an engineer already. So, I don't know.
That would make sense.
Okay, and we have one final question from Iron Man Rules.
Iron Man! I don't know where that came from.
Hey, Control Point, guys. This is Iron Man Rules 1333. I was wondering, what weapons do you think or hope will come out in future updates to TF2? Personally, I'm looking forward to an underwater pyro gun. Thanks for the great work in the podcast. Bye.
I'll take this one first. I think the axe extinguisher is going to come out. I think this is going to be an axe that when someone's on fire, it'll be crits.
Yeah. Could happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. And doesn't the Pyro's gun already work underwater? I mean, it works. It just doesn't light you on fire, right? It'll hurt you if you're at point blank range with a flamethrower, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
I didn't think it did.
I want to pull out the shotgun.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I've tried that.
I've wasted a lot of ammo in my day then.
Yeah. I mean, I just switched the shotgun.
You can hurt somebody who's barely underwater when you're, as a pyro, you're outside of the water. You can flame into the very surface of it, but I didn't think you could do it under. Then again, I never play pyro, so I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, I've tried that in the early days, saw that it didn't work, and I automatically go to shotgun when I go underwater. Unless they've changed something. Now, I really don't think they would have changed anything, but you know.
I don't know.
That'll be the major change to pyro that they're hinting at in that update for everybody.
Yeah,
heat up water and make steam bubbles.
Yeah,
we'll definitely test this one and report back in 6 months.
The scuba pyro. I don't know. That's kind of a broad question. I guess I would like to have a little more time to think about what kind of weapons I would predict that come out. I know there's been a lot of talk about it on the forums, a lot of speculation, just ideas kind of been thrown around. Kind of on the same thought as what kind of new classes do you think would come out? And personally, I want to see the Chief still. So
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a lot of weapons come out that were in the original game.
Grenades.
Well, I don't know if we'll see grenades. I would like to see a form of grenades that worked in the game, and I think there's a way they could do it. But I think we'll see things like maybe the scouts had a thing where they could kind of detect where people were. You'd see like a beep over where someone was, so you knew if you were getting near someone.
Sort of beacon or radar or something.
Yeah, like a little radar detector for other players, things like that. And like you said, the Pyro had the napalm launcher or whatever it was, the fire rockets. I wouldn't be surprised seeing something like that. Yeah. Just little things like that, I think.
Fire sentry.
I think that there are ideas to lower the damage but give you higher crit ability is legitimate, and probably every single player will get something like that.
I hope so. I mean, it would seem that it would be balanced that way, because so far we see two classes that they will give you crits with an additional amount of work involved. So they better do that with all the classes, or else it's going to be highly unbalanced.
Yeah, it's going to be like I think the hardest one is probably going to be like sniper. It's like, what do we give the sniper? Maybe something where they plant a beacon, with their sniper. I mean, I think there's been a lot of games where the rifles were able to call in airstrikes, but maybe instead of an airstrike, what it does is set a beacon down, and any of your teammates that are in that area do crits for a certain amount of time or something.
Or a faster shooting sniper rifle that doesn't do one-shot kills.
Well, I think those were all excellent weapon ideas. I'm interested. I can't even imagine what they would do for the demo. I mean, there's proximity mines. I'd like some kind of direct fire. Like I'd be interested in some kind of weapon that doesn't, arc and bounce around, and some kind of. I mean, good lord, I'd just like a shotgun for the
demo, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that would
something
be
that actually shoots straight.
Yeah, there's something where when someone's chasing you and you're backing up away from them and trying to shoot them, you're not, lucky if you hit.
What if you could have basically two sets of grenades? Like, say you could have 3 and 3, and you had 2 different triggers.
Yeah, that could work.
You don't think that'd be kind of neat?
That would be kind of cool, like multiple kinds. Or another idea that I read somewhere, I think it was on the GWJ board, somebody said, well, why don't I have a 1-button 4-grenade spray?
Whoa, okay.
So it just goes, boonk, and all 4 of them come out.
Oh. Like UT gun, hold down the button, load in 5 rockets, let it go. Yeah, that's cool.
Like the 8-ball gun, even though it only held 6 shots. That was always weird.
Yeah. That'd be slick, though.
I think the demo man should be able to team up with a pyro and use up his bottle to make a Molotov cocktail.
Ooh.
That'd be pretty fun.
Ooh, that would be kind of cool if you could have some bonuses from teaming up with another person. Like if there were
medic.
Like if there were two things, if you had two classes standing side by side who both did a particular keystroke or something, you could generate some kind of attack that those people could not generate on their own.
Like a Wonder Twins activate kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like an Uber charge. Whoa.
That's exactly what they do, right?
Yeah. But yeah, totally like Uber charge. I mean, it's really connecting two players together to do one thing, you know. So.
Yeah. Like have a heavy and a scout, and the heavy could like throw the scout really far.
Like cannonball.
Fastball Express.
Yeah. Or go bowling with them.
I think we've all been thinking of the heavy who could carry the NG's sentry on his back.
Yeah. It was really cool in the original. Well, I don't know if it was really cool, but in the original Team Fortress, the snipers could actually hit their own players, and it would shoot them forward. So, like, one of the tactics you would work on is getting up there, like, on 2 fort and jumping, and then the sniper hits a headshot on you and sends you all the way across to the other sniper deck. Things like that.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun.
Huh.
Well, you could like put the old medic needle jump back in.
Oh yeah, that was fun while it lasted.
Moving on, time for surveillance.
All right.
So the HP exec cut a cake with a macAIR.
I've heard that before,
and this really confused me because I was like, "What does that have to do with Team Fortress?" And really, it doesn't because it has to do with Portal. But his cake was the cake from the game. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll link to that picture of that. And I read more of the story, and basically, everybody thought he was HP because of his shirt. It looked like HP, but it was really some DJ design that copied it. But anyway, and some friend, as a joke, handed him a macAIR, so he took it and cut the cake with it. Wow, aren't you glad you tuned into this podcast?
That's funny because when I looked at it, I was confused too, so I did a Control F search for the word TF2 on the page because I was like, what does this have to do with anything? I didn't find anything, and then I did a search for lie, and then...
Well, did you look at the parentheses that say, check out his cake?
Yeah, but to me, it didn't really look like the Portal cake because it didn't have the round things with the cherries.
It does. It's a chocolate cake with cherries around the edge.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I was sleepy or something.
Of course, I may be drunk. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's still boring.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point.
And have we not commented on this next video before?
This video.
Then now for something completely different video.
Oh, by Katana.
Yeah, haven't we?
I believe we did. Katana is an excellent TF2 machinimist.
And this got resubmitted to us this week by someone. So I don't think they had realized that we had covered it before.
Yeah, I think we did. I hope we did. If not, well, we are right now. It's a quick kind of Monty Python sketch-based TF2 machinima. Very well done. Very clever. He's a master at machinima and botting and facial expressions and stuff like that. And when I saw it when it came out, and I don't remember when it came out, not too long ago, a couple months ago, I contacted him and said, "Hey, this is really cool. Hey, by the way, we do a podcast, and why don't you check it out?" And so he came over and joined the crew, and he also has a machinima Steam community. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically kind of like all machinimas kind of cling to that group and kind of help each other out, collaborate and stuff like that. So I'm a part of that little Steam group. And anyway, he's a cool guy. And also, if you check out House Call episode 4 or 5, there is he's a guest on that show, and it's really cool. So check it out. The end.
Dun 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 dun.
We have two additionally submitted items from Dog Meat Stew. The first is a thread on Pendact that is Team Fortress 2 Unlockable Ideas. And the second is Fanboys Online Comic. It combined Winnie the Pooh and TF2.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's definitely where, and we'll link both of those in the show notes.
Yeah. Funny stuff.
And if we don't actually link them in the show notes, check out the forums, and I'm sure the links will be there somewhere. Because I'm sure we miss them every once in a while, like every show. But
I try to check them all.
I don't know. That's good.
And you do a really good job, too.
Well, yeah, try.
So, moving on to shout-outs.
Shout it out loud. Don't. Because you got to have a party.
All right. Player of the week? We have a player of the week?
I guess we do. Isn't that what you just typed right there?
Yes, it is. How about Saint Carrot?
Yes.
And every time we need to make a mark on this podcast for an edit point, he says Clappy Jones in the Steam chat, and I think that's funny. Because that's what we call it, is Clappy Jones.
Yeah, everything's Jones around here. The
Fostex Jones, Lappy Jones podcast.
Yeah, that's Will's fault, I think.
It is. We can blame Will for it.
But anyway,
he was going to do a podcast on our thing called Ranty Jones.
Ranty Jones.
I'm still waiting for it.
And now this is the Shout Out Jones. But anyway, congratulations, Saint Carrot, for always saying Clappy Jones. That's how you become the player of the week.
Well, hey, it's a better reason than the last player of the week, at least.
Well, the last one was a poll?
It was the poll on like 4 people voting for him on the poll.
And I think they picked themselves to be in the poll, right? I don't remember. That was last week. Anyway, let's see how our poll this week is going. Is it a portal cake, yes or no? Or who cares? 4 for yes, 2 for no, and 2 for who cares. So I'd say it's a wash.
The apathy is increasing. We're up to 6 for who cares already.
That's awesome.
Apathy's always a problem.
Oh, 7. Oh, they're jumping on the little who cares train. So we're going to stop that poll. No more jumping on.
Okay, so next, Eric?
Yes. This is funny. I just wanted to do a shout out to Zombie Priest. Every time I see his forum sig, I can't look away for minutes at a time. It's a scene from The Fifth Element where Bruce Willis is getting hit over the head from behind, and it loops over and over, and I can't look away. It's fascinating seeing him getting knocked out continuously.
Well, I already said it. I'll throw out a shout out here because I never do. I'll throw a shout out to Atlas from Gamers with Jobs. It was nice simul-fragging each other.
I will give a shout out to Rasputin. We were playing Corporation, which, by the way, I still was very surprised that that's the map that people were talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks. You know, oh, we've been playing Corporation, and then finally I got in. And I'm like, I played this. What? So anyway, but me and Raz were playing, and we were defending the final point in Corporation, and he was playing a pyro and I was playing a medic, and we made probably 5 or 6 runs into the attacking forces to destroy their teleporters and decimate their forces. And yeah, we had a lot of fun being uber pair.
Nice.
You know what I have fun doing on that on offense, playing NG offense on that last leg. It's so much fun because there's a couple cool spots that you can really mess with the D. If you're on the final cap point and to your left there's that door, you can't open it from that side.
Yes.
But you can set up a gun behind that door as an NG, and was that you, Sigma? We were doing that?
Might have been. I think I remember somebody
we
doing
both
that.
Put guns there and then stood in front of each other's guns so we wouldn't shoot ourselves, to open the door and shoot at the people in the room.
Gotcha.
And it was awesome. But also, the ledge, and on the other side, if you're on O, I snuck in and put a sentry under the ledge. And so I think I got Jolly that way. It started shooting up at Jolly, who was like, where's it coming from? But anyway, it's fun playing engineer on it.
Yeah, yes.
And then I had one other quote that I forgot to cover in my week. Somebody in the middle of a game said, "Shot in the head, you die. That's the rule." And I think it was Jolly said, "I'm too cool for the rules."
Nice. That totally sounds like Squish. He always complains about his non-lethal headshots.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or Panda. I'm not sure.
So I guess people can stick around for the end of the show and listen to Fritz's mad rhyming skills.
Yes, Frit has busted out some crazy robotic rhymes, and we'll play that after the show, followed by the new track of me singing "Double Jump My Heart."
Double jump my heart. Okay, are we going to update this on the wiki? Or someone? Guys, because we can't do it. Technically, we're not supposed to update the wiki, right?
Really?
Yeah, I think other people are supposed to.
Other people do, yeah.
Oh, really?
So we don't have to.
I know Frit does that a lot, so thanks a lot for updating us.
Well, and I know that I've already dug us, so we can't dig ourselves again.
And is that at the double G?
Yes. Double G, you see.
And if you want to, I wouldn't do it because I hate MySpace. But you can join MySpace group.
Well, you can go to MySpace then.
Yeah, sure.
If you don't like your space, you can go to MySpace.
Okay, yes, you're right.
And while you're there, you can hop on over to iTunes and leave a review.
While you're there at MySpace, you can review us on iTunes.
Well, yeah, if you stumble.
Oh, yeah. Stumble upon us.
Oh, God.
Wow.
And then, when you get bored and you ate too much Taco Bell, you can go... you can go to the Steam community.
Yikes.
What? If you're in Cleveland, I was going to... It was going around at a point.
And you can go to Walmart at the automotive section and join us on the forums.
Or you can...
See how that connects there? See?
Wow.
Or you could go to the forums in ancient Greece and talk about Facebook with Winter Coperton.
Yes, you know where it's going.
Yeah.
Twitter. Can't forget Twitter.
Can't forget it at all. Twitter, Nailhead.
That's what I do at the end of every episode.
Wes Wilson or Chaos_CP.
Yes. You could join Twitter and be the outwitter.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we better be a quitter. But before we quit...
pick up the phone and call us on our phone number, our voicemail line, which is 256-513-4772.
And don't forget to listen to all the fine podcasts on the Dead Workers Party Network, such as Trailer Trash Talk.
Yes, Random Chatter.
Lost Chatter. Movie Chatter.
The Zero Show.
And World of Wow.
And a few coming up soon that might be possibly on there is the Mole Podcast.
Yes. This is true. This is a new show.
We're thinking about that one.
Be springing up. There's still a possibility of us doing an Arby's cast.
Arby's cast, yes. And talking about doing a Netflix podcast.
Oh, yeah. Netflix.
I don't know anything about that.
It's going to be me renting Netflix workout things and then filming it.
Oh,
doesn't that sound entertaining?
Oh, my.
And speaking of me, because it's the best subject in the world, you can go listen to some karaoke on the Ustream channel.
It hurts.
How far can we push this out?
I don't know, but it hurts. This does not feel good. You
can always join the Dead Workers Party Guild on Age of Conan. Just look up Durgle Sindora with 2 R's.
Dora?
Is that you? Sindora?
Oh, Sindora, yeah, with 2 R's.
Yeah. Or Favor, but
or
with a U. F-O-V-O-U-R.
And of course, there's the Warcraft. You can look for the Moondogs.
Yeah.
Any other games?
You can add SigmaSin to your friends list and dominate them a few times.
Yes, that would be awesome.
So my friends list is full. Horribly. Oh, geez, I had to actually. I think I deleted like 60 people or so in the last few days just because I have to have people on my friends list to invite them to the darn group.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I don't even know who's on there anymore.
They need to re-up that sucker.
We're still friends, Sigma.
Yeah, I think so.
So do you want to pimp anything out?
Geez, I don't know. I guess I'll throw a shout out to KB for sitting around for hours with me and talking about StarCraft replays.
Nice.
And to Ifrit because he told me to on Steam and I have no willpower.
And happy birthday to you,
yes.
To Nailhead, to Ash Williams, and anyone else who's having a birthday.
Yep. Until next time.
This hurts. This hurts.
This is the podcast that never ends, never ends, never ends. This is the podcast. You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a
the metal!
A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen!
Eric kicks ass and is bringing Smexy back, where Wes is confused for the fact I'm saying sack. Brent is laughing for no accord, and trusts Spencer not to hit record. If Rick's happy that he is able to rhyme, where Nivek's podcasting should be a crime. I am sorry for not adding other CP folks, you just try and think of rhymes at 4:30 a.m.
First time I laid my eyes on her, I could hardly look away. The way she runs across the map in her beautiful custom spray. She was running across the bridge while I spun up my minigun. I tried to pull the trigger, but her beauty left me stunned. She's got freckles and brown eyes, she's a work of art. She's faster than fast, double jump my heart. She ran past me like a blur, tried to find her, she was gone. I needed to see her again, but first I had to respawn. She grabbed our intelligence, went to the ramp, she wasn't there. I ran to the sewers, couldn't find her anywhere. She's got long legs and a ponytail, and plus she's smart. Dodge all those bullets and double jump my heart. I found her on the deck. Before I could speak, she had left. Being a heavy, I run so slow. She's so quick, I felt E-rev. I watched her duel a demo man. She takes him down lightning quick. I'm so impressed with her math skills. I fall in love with one mouse click. If they get in her way, she takes them apart. Swing that baseball bat and double jump my heart. Under the grate, our eyes finally met. Face to face, away from all the rest. My love-struck lips couldn't shape any words before her buckshot stole the air from my chest. Waiting to respond, to tell the truth, I just don't care. I met the girl of my dreams, and my love I did declare. Finally, I'm back in the game, and I seek her out again. Suddenly, her connection drops, and my search is all in vain. She runs like the wind, breaking me apart. I'll remember you always, double jump my heart.